Hey guys, I am Roger Wakefield, Lead AD, the expert plumber, coming to you today to talk to you about how to find a water leak. Now, this is kind of leak detection month, but what we've come up with are a lot of different things. We've talked about how to find sewer leaks, and a lot of people worry about those because they have this bad thought of raw sewage just coming up in the house. Normally it doesn't happen like that, but it's a possibility. So what I would like to talk about today is water leaks. First of all, why are water leaks important? Because the cost of them. You're paying for that water to leak, whether it's under your house, out in your yard, wherever the case may be. So, what I want to talk to you about is, have you thought about that? Do you understand that just having a little bit of water leak through your meter, meaning it's leaking under your house, maybe out by a frost proof, somewhere like that, guys, that can be expensive to you. Now, if it's leaking under your house and it's hot water, it can be really expensive because you are paying to heat that water and then let it leak out under your house. So, needless to say, the price of this can be very expensive. Now, ways that you may find that may be you may see a high water bill, you may see puddles out in your yard. We've ran into that. You may also have a puddle of water in your floor. You may think, okay, gee, the kids spilt something. You wipe it up, you go on about your business, you come home later that day and it's back again. Another one, a really funny way that we have found, I had a lady call me one time and realized she had a water leak under her house, under slab. She said that the dog had started laying in a new spot in the carpet. Said that she walked by there one day, stepped in that particular spot and thought, wow, this is really, really warm. Well, the dog thought so too and really did enjoy it in the middle of December. So those are ways that you may discover that you have a leak. Then you'll normally call out a plumber. He'll do a water test where we put a gauge on your hose bib or something at your washing machine and turn off water at the meter and see if your pressure drops. If that pressure drops, that's telling you that it's going somewhere. Now, the first thing a good plumber is going to do is come in and try to isolate things, meaning we want to determine, is that leak in your yard? Is that leak in your house? Is that leak on your hot or your cold side? And, a good plumber is going to do that because that's going to save him time and it's going to save you money. If a plumber just comes in, starts walking all around the inside of your house and listening to the floor, and he hadn't determined what's leaking or where those lines are, it's costing you more money. So first of all, we want to isolate it. Where's it located? Then we want to trace out those lines. Say it is inside the house and say it's on the hot water side. We want to trace out the hot water lines. And, by listening to different things, we may have a general idea of where it is. And then we want to trace out those lines. That way we listen right along that line. Now, there's different equipment. We've got great locating equipment to tell us exactly where the lines are. And then when it comes to listening, we can either use geophones, we can use the electronic equipment. I happen to use Leaktronics equipment out of Calabasas, California. And I tell you, I think that is probably some of the best leak detection equipment I've ever used. I love the fact it was designed for swimming pools, but after getting out there and talking to Darren Merlot, he had it set up for a plumbing system, but man, we're using it even better. And I think he's a great guy and came up with a great product. I love it because the magnification of the sounds is phenomenal. And he's got so much different equipment. You can listen in walls. He's got deck plates to listen through the floor. And if we do trace it out and find out it's out in the yard, he's even got some great probe rods to where you can stick those down deep in the ground. They're solid enough. They don't bend. And you can actually really hear very, very well. Guys, I hope that you don't have a leak under your slab, but if you do, at least you know a little bit about it now. If there's any questions or comments or anything at all, or even if this has happened to you, leave us a comment down below and let us know. Do me a favor though, guys, click on the subscribe button, ring the bell, do whatever you got to do to let you know when we put out new videos because we really do appreciate it. My name's Roger Wakefield with Texas